I'll go with that.
Okay. Hey, Jayden, welcome to the Zoom.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. Got some questions for you. We'll start with Brenton Zorneman from the Houston Chronicle.
Hey, Jayden, since we just visited with Coach Elko, wanted to ask that kind of the difference he's meant, what kind of coordinator he is to play for, and just maybe a story or two on Coach Elko.
Coach Elko is a great guy. He's an NFL type defensive coordinator. He's a great person. He showed me a lot. When he first got here, he told me, "Hey, don't worry about playing right now. You're going to be playing soon." So I believed in him, and I believed in the system.
Is no nonsense a good way to describe him? And if so, how so?
Yes, he's a gritty guy. He loves to work. Come to practice, come work. That's one thing I got from him. Just come to work every day.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, next up is John Wilson. That's the last person I have on the queue, so get your questions in, please.
Jayden, from what you've seen from North Carolina's offense, what challenges will they present you guys, and what will you guys have to be able to do well to try to slow them down?
Just stop the run game. They have great receivers as well in the pass game, but stopping the run is one of the big focuses.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Gabe Bach from Texas Ags, and then Robert Cessna.
Yeah, Jayden, what would you say over the last 3 years since Elko's been here? You guys have been really good at stopping the run. What do you think has been the number one ingredient to that? What's the number one key to this defense's consistency against the run?
Being physical in practice is the number one consistency that we try to focus on in practice. So it turns to the game. Just be physical in practice.
How much of it starts up front with you and Bobby and McKinley, so on and so forth?
It starts up front with the O-line in practice as well. So they get us right. So
thank you.
All right, let's go to Robert Cessna from the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then Shayon.
Yeah, last year at this time, Justin Matabuki opted out. You kind of went in the spotlight, had a big bowl game. Where do you feel your game's at in the last, now 10, 11 games? How do you feel you're progressed? What have you done well? What do you need to work on?
I need to work on is getting to the passer. I feel like I'm more experienced than what I was before when starting. And I also watch film a lot more. So.
And you're going to go ahead, you're going to go for the draft. Do you think you'll come back another year? Take advantage?
That's something I'm going to think about after the bowl game.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to Shehan Jararaja from Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and then Justin Woodard.
Hey, Jayden, I'm curious, thinking back to kind of the beginning of the season in fall camp, was there sort of a point where you realized maybe what the potential of this defense could be?
I thought about that before the season even started. I seen guys working their butts off during quarantine. I saw guys running as fast as they ever ran before, lifting heavier weight. I just seen the grit in this team before the season even started.
I know that obviously you guys lost a couple guys who projected to be starters to opt-outs and such. I mean, what kind of stability did Buddy Johnson especially provide during that time?
Great leadership from Buddy. He always thought next guy up. He always pushed the young linebackers and said, "Hey, it might be your time this year, so we need you every day."
All right, we'll move on to Justin Woodard from KAGS, and he's the last person on the queue, but we have more time. So if you have a follow-up or anything, let me know.
Yeah, Jayden, Coach Elko kind of alluded to it. He given him so much praise about his defense, but he wanted to make sure and talk about the offense and how they dominate time of possession and stuff like that. Wondering if you could just talk about this team's dynamic. At certain points of the season, certain games, the offense would struggle. You'd step up, defensive-wise or vice versa. What was the dynamic of this year's team, and why do you think that was a part of your success?
We came together as a team this year, big time. There's no more pointing fingers at each other. It's all about let's get this win. No matter if it's the offensive line or defensive line or offense or defense. It's whoever it takes to get this win. That's the main goal.
One quick follow-up. Jimbo loves the word controlling the momentum of the game, right? Is that something you finally learned to do this year?
Yes, sir. He always talked about controlling the momentum of the game, controlling the clock offensively, and try to get stops on defense. So that's the main goal of this program.
All right, that's all the questions we have for you, Jayden. Appreciate it.
All
All right, thank you.
Good job.